Kiddos, I am so sorry I'm not there. Believe me, I wish I was. I'm also missing tomorrow, so I am so sorry. But I know you all will do great for your subs. Mrs. Nelson's there today, and I know you'll power through. Okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I'll still have my phone, and I can respond pretty fast. Okay. So today you are working on completing weeks 10, 11, and 12. Okay, I'm not going to go over those today because it's going to be kind of hard to do over video. However, circle any questions you're like, okay, I wouldn't mind Mr. Ross kind of going over this, explaining this question, reviewing this question, and then on Monday I can quickly, go up on the board and do those problems with you. So hopefully you did your best and you completed those weeks. If you have any questions, again, let me know. But we're going to go ahead and jump right in to our activity today. Maybe. Okay, so we're going to be working on frequency graphing. We're still looking at the idea of relative frequency distribution. We're still going to be doing two-way tables today. We're still going to be looking at percentages. We're still going to be looking at comparing two variables. But now we're going to kind of think about, okay, we found these frequencies, we found the ratios, we have the percentages, but now what do we do with that information, right? Where do we go from there? How can we make it so it's a little bit easier for us to read this data? Okay, and that's kind of what we're going to be working on today. So if you remember correctly, 2 days ago, we found the frequencies of these two variables, right? We were looking at activities preferred during winter, or hot weather, sorry, which are sports, movies, reading, and walking. And then we also were looking at age groups between, looking at 18 and under, between 19 and 50, and then people over 50, right? And we found all these frequencies. We did our each box divided by the total population, and we found the percentages. And that's kind of like, now what? Right? Now what do we do when we have these ratios? Okay, great, right? But there are easier ways for us to create different charts to easily look at this data. And one of those things is called a stacked bar graph. And I actually really like stacked bar graphs because you can learn a lot very quickly. And so what this looks like is I already did the first one for you, and then you'll try one on your own. But here is looking at the idea of age group percentage of people surveyed. And so if you look correctly, right, I have under 18, between 19 and 50, and then over 50 for our age group as our x-axis. And then our y-axis is labeled as percent of people surveyed. Okay, the same will be for your y-axis, but instead you'll do activities, which are your sports, movies, reading, and walking. So we still do have to have 4 colors for my situation because we're looking at 4 different activities per age group. And instead of putting those bars next to each other, you're actually going to stack those up. And so what we can do is you start with sports or start with movies. And I just went across and said, okay, oops, wrong side. I just went across and said, okay, for under 18, 7.1% of that population enjoyed sports. So I just drew up to the 7.1 line. And you're just going to continuously going. And you can check your work too by saying, okay, well, 7.1 plus 10.7 plus 2, or 7.9 plus 2.9 should equal 28.6. And so your bar should end up reaching 28.6. And the benefits of this, right? The reason why I love this idea of a stacked bar graph is I can quickly look at this and say, oh, well, right after that, I already know that between 19 and 50 was the most population in this. Okay. I can also look at this and, okay, by far, sports across the board was the least popular activity during a hot weather day. So I can kind of quickly wrap it through this and say, okay, well, it looks like in under 18, it looks like our movies were definitely a lot popular choice for this age group. And so that's why we have this, and that's why it's beneficial for us. And so I'm going to go ahead and give you 5 minutes. Mrs. Nelson, if they need more time, you can go ahead and restart the timer. But I'm going to give you 5 minutes to quickly just finish the front page. Don't go to the back yet. Just finish the front page and see if you can create a stacked bar graph for your x-axis being your activities. And then you only need 3 colors, right? You only need 3 colors for this one because you only have under 18, between 19 and 50, and then over 50. Stack those bars up, and you should be good to go. I'll check your work on your next video.